Well, today you are in for an absolute treat. I have with me today Cortlan Brown, and he and I actually know each other from local to Utah, and we were both wholesaling simultaneously at the same time and competing for deals together. And I actually snatched one from him. He's still bitter about it.
Yes, so bitter.
Clearly. But then we decided we should start working together from then on. And so he and I have been part of a wholesale team for over a year now. We do a lot of creative finance in Utah. And because you guys are listening to this channel, you're probably hearing some buzzwords about sub two and creative finance and seller finance and private money lending and all these things. So we're going to just tackle a couple of questions today about what is creative finance and go a little bit deeper. And Cortland's going to answer some of those questions for us so that you guys are clear and maybe you can do a deal with us going forward. Does that sound good,
Yes, come do
Cortland?
a deal with us. Yes.
Perfect, perfect. Anything else you want to add before I start peppering you with questions?
Yes, very bitter about the deal that she stole from me that was like literally a minute from my house. And
Sorry.
actually, you know what's funny? We found this out after the fact that Liz, who's also on this channel a lot, uh, owns a home that I also was trying to get subject to that they snatched from me as well. That one, a little less snatching because it was more of like a, hey, I think I could possibly get it. The other one, he had a freaking contract and then who knows? Anyway, it's all good. I'm just kidding.
Oops.
Clearly, we're partners. We own properties together now, so we must have gotten over it.
Yeah, no, and it's fun because in the community we all kind of do some deals together, and it's been awesome getting to know you and working with you. So I'm excited for what we're going to share with people today about creative finance. So without any further ado, give me a broad explanation of what is creative finance in real estate.
Yeah, I mean, it's super simple, actually. It's just something that isn't bank financing. It's not going to the bank and saying, hey, I want a mortgage. It's doing something different than that. It can mean a bunch of different things, but it's just being creative with how you figure it out. So I don't know. Even going to the bank could be creative in my mind. Maybe how you do it. Like, hey, I'm going to get an FHA loan, which is a normal mortgage package that a lot of people have, but I'm going to go buy a fourplex with it. And I'm going to use that to rent those rooms out and I live for free. So that's a creative finance method through a bank. It could be seller financing. It could be terms like subject to, which I know we'll get into. But there's a whole bunch of things. I would just say it's something different than just going to the bank and getting a loan.
Okay, so give me a couple of examples of how creative financing can be different from going to the bank.
Sure. So I mentioned seller financing. So seller financing is where you go to a seller who owns their home outright and they're the bank. They finance it to you. And your terms can be whatever you want. I mean, your terms could be, hey, I'm gonna, pay $1,000 a month and a lollipop on every third Wednesday. I joke obviously, but that's what it is. And the cool part is when it's with just you and an owner and there's nothing else there, you guys can be as creative or make it as big a win for both parties as possible. Um, Another example would be subject to, which is it's very similar to what I just described, other than there's maybe an underlying mortgage. So you're taking over someone's mortgage, you're seller financing it from them, but you're not involving the bank, even though there is a bank transaction there. And so basically, you're taking over that mortgage. You're going to pay that mortgage for the seller, and now you own the home. So that's one way. Those are two examples. Another might be, someone who buys a fix and flip property and they use hard money. They don't go to a bank. They go to a lender of sorts for money to do that rehab, and they have a very short window that they got to get it done, and they have to either refinance out of it or sell the house and move on another way. So those are like three, I think, pretty good examples of something creative.